Hello and welcome to my first tutorial on Python coding. So before we start coding in Python, it's good to know the basics. What is Python? What type of what's the syntax? Get familiar with it. Was the creator of it? Is it a high level programming language, low level? What's the difference between these, etc. So Python was created by Guido van Rossum, or I'm not sure if that's how you spell it, but that's how you say it. And Guido van Rossum created Java in about the 1995s or something like that. And it wasn't a popular language at first because at the time, languages like C and because the internet really started getting a spike in usage up around that time. So not many people actually used it, and that's the how why it was named, etc. You don't really need to know that. I don't even know that why it was named like that, but it's still good to know the creator. And Python syntax is very simple, and it's a high level programming language, but it's also a very sophisticated one in the way that it's so powerful in so many ways, and it's so simple, it's ridiculous. And the difference between high level languages versus low level languages are first things first, the reality is low level languages are harder to learn because they're more powerful, and the syntax is usually it's honestly hard. Honest, if I'm being real, it's hard. Cause if you compare syntaxes like C, for an example, I'll give you an example in C right now. So Atom Z example dot C. I'll give you a C example. So it'd be like include studio dot H, and then it'd be like int main int age equal 10, int height equal 22. Oh wait, well it's not in feet. I'm gonna put it in like, alright, I'm gonna put it so so it'd be more, and then it'd be like I am the years old, and then it'd be about age, and then it'd be I am the inches tall. Then alright, in all honesty, this is super simple code. Now that I think of it, actually C is super easy to learn. I'm sorry I lied. Low level programming languages aren't that hard. But like GCC. Oops, no. GCC. Did I save it? Yes, I did. GC. Oh. No wait. C example. That O. C example. And then you can run it. C example. I'm not 10 years old, but yeah, you basically you get it. And this syntax is actually very different from Python's, because if you want to replicate this, in Python it'd be as easy as let's not start with the sheet. Alright, it'd be like this. Age equals 10. Height equals 65. It'd be like print. I'm gonna copy this over so that it is. I will. It'd be like this, and that's literally how you code Python. That's the correct example that I can give you, and that's exactly how you code Python. Wait, what happened here? And that's how you code. Wait, sorry. In Python, you don't need the semicolon. It's not needed. Then you'd be the years old, and you'd be larger, and then you'd be age, and then here be height. And that's how and then you can run this program, and it equals can't did I put this Python? No, it's fine. Python. So did anybody notice that? Did anybody notice that difference? So let's time. Like C is genuine. All right. So the thing with high-level programming languages and low-level programming languages is the high-level programming languages will usually be so much faster and like such an enormous at an enormous pace, because you can't compare Java to Python. You can't compare Python to C. You can't compare in the terms of power, but in timing, then it's like a knockout. All right, because C is so much faster, so much powerful. And I'm sorry I brought up C in here. I was just giving an example on how low-level languages and high-level languages differentiate in terms of coding styles. That was the most simple experiment I could give. But if you guys really like, if you guys like the C thing, if you thought that syntax looked cool, then you tell me, and I could even start a course on C. Because C is honestly, C is sort of simple, if I'm being real. C's easy to learn. Java's a bit harder, I'd say, although they look sort of the same in terms of syntax, declaring integer variables and all. But Java's harder, in my opinion. Yeah, Java's Java's ridiculous. Java's like Adam test that Java. So first, like Java, you can't start Java like include Java's like I forgot how to start it. It'd be like public main void whatever blah blah blah. I even forgot how it starts, but like it's some ridiculous thing like this. What is I use an IDE for declaring that type of stuff because I took Java like it's new. I'm not really good at. I'm not really into it right now. I just know the basics, how to declare variables, getting input and everything, importing scanners, all of that. But Java itself is a ridiculous language, right? So in Python, I wrote that little script, but we can ignore it because right now because it's not really useful, I guess, but. Actually, well, let's start with it. Actually, yeah. And all right, so that runs, and then this runs perfect. Let's declare comment. Comments are declared with a hashtag statement. Comment. Everything after the hashtag statement is not counted. All right. Once a comment is declared, the code ignores it entirely. Do remember though that just like Java and Python, etc., any language in all honesty, the less lines you write, the faster the program will run. And obviously this will be a differential. This will be like at a nano differential because like let's say your code runs in 1 second, and maybe with the line and an extra line plus an extra line, it runs like 1.1 second, right? And so that's extremely low, but you still want maximum performance, right? That's like the thing that programmers want the most, an excellent performance. You want people to say, "Holy crap, your scripts are fast. They work extremely well. So easy to use, etc., etc." So this is like a homework exercise. I'd like you guys to write comment above each line explaining what it does. So obviously this is a variable. I already explained that basically, but oops, this is a variable. Actually, I wonder if this would run. Yeah, I can't run. Sorry about that. Yeah, what? I didn't leave a print statement. Oh shit. Alright. Give me a second. Oh, that's weird. Alright, so let's just start the code again. And then I equals 65, whatever. And then print I am D years old. And then D. And then age. So what happened here? This is an operator of sorts. And use an operator when you're gonna call in a variable. And print I am D tall. And I used it again. So D is usually used for numbers. D is numbers. S is when string. And R equal raw input. Like the raw input. Raw input is actually a statement here. You know, raw input. It's actually a statement. So let's not call it raw. Let's just say raw. And basically, ours is how it looks, just exactly how you type it in. R is what you would typically use when you are debugging your code. Debugging. And S is what you would look when you are writing official code. So that's that. And you would use D for numbers. Alright, so please explain, go here. On each line of code, please try explaining what they do. And then we want to get input from the user. So then we go, your age equals raw input. And then, we go, your height equals raw input. How tall are you? And print so you are D old and D tall. Awesome. And then we go here. Your age, your height. So what just happened here? Why is this in a parenthesis? Well, you use a parenthesis when it's more than one variable. So you declare it. So if D, remember this is in a numerical order. It's an order of sorts. So you declare this one first, then this one will be the variable you want first, and then the second one will be the variable you want first. It's pretty self-explanatory, but just in case. So remember, once you finish writing all this code, try commenting it. Try explaining what it does. And what is raw input if you didn't get from it already once running the code? Well, raw input is your typical way of, how do I explain? It's a print statement that not just outputs data, it lets you enter data and so keeps it for future references. Let's run that program. Let's run this program quite quick. I'm 10 years old and I am 65. Let's change that. I wonder. Yeah. All right. Perfect. This one's great. I was wondering if that run. All right. Perfect. And then. So let's say she here. Apparently it says str for string. So it's saying, well, let's just invoke R right now. This is easier. Yeah, I guess since we didn't declare it up top. Okay, that's disgusting. That's genuinely disgusting. Alright. So see what happened here. What's the difference between? Why is this in between apostrophes? Well, it's because it's raw input. You use S to pretty it up. That's how I learned it, and that's how you should learn it. Use S when you're writing actual code so you can pretty it up. But if you're debugging the code, if you want to see how the code runs, if you want to check for any errors or whatever, you should use R. So explain what this does. Right? Always remember that you should never surpass 80 characters in a line of code, as that is usually bad code right there. Look, 77 x x x surpassed 80 codes. It passed my line. I'm using the Atom editor. You can use Notepad Plus too. I use Atom. It looks prettier in my opinion and works better. But that's how it works. You should never do that. So if by any chance you have more than 2 variables or whatever, you do this and then you take it up top. R, and those are the operators you are using, and that's how it's done. Anyway, that's my video for now. It's pretty basic. If you guys want to see another video but like on C, just tell me and I'll set it up, because C is it's such a useful language. Anyway, that's all, and thank you for your time. Oh, and close